Glaciers are moving bodies of ice. You might not think of ice as something that moves, but think about what happens to an ice cube on a table. The cube begins to melt, makes a small puddle, and may slide a little. The water under the cube makes the table surface slippery, which allows the ice cube to slide. A similar process happens on a much larger scale with glaciers. A glacier is a large mass of ice that moves over land. A glacier forms in a cold region when more snow falls than melts each year. As the snow builds up, its weight presses the snow on the bottom into ice. On a mountain, the weight of a heavy mass of ice causes it to flow downward, usually slowly. On flatter land, the ice spreads out as a sheet. As glaciers form, move, and melt away, they shape landscapes. Check out this diagram. Flowing. The ice near the surface of a glacier is brittle and cracks often form in it. However, deep inside a glacier, ice does not break as easily because it is under great pressure from the weight of the ice above it. Instead of breaking, ice inside a glacier flows like toothpaste being squeezed in its tube. Sliding. The weight of a glacier and heat from Earth cause ice at the bottom of a glacier to melt. A layer of water forms under the glacier. The glacier slides along on this layer of water just as an ice cube might slide on a countertop. As a glacier moves, it breaks up rock and pushes and carries sediment. Glaciers deposit large amounts of sediment. As glaciers have melted and retreated, they have shaped the landscapes of many places on Earth. As glaciers move or expand, it transports a vast amount of sediment, a mix of boulders, small rocks, sand, and clay. It acts like a plow, pushing rock and soil and plucking out big blocks of rock. As a glacier moves over rock, it scratches and scrapes the rock in a process called abrasion. Abrasion leaves visible grooves on rock surfaces. Check out this photograph. It's pointing out the abrasion. A moving glacier left visible abrasion lines on this rock. Moraines. When glaciers expand and advance and then melt and retreat, they affect both the land underneath them and the land around them. A glacier pushes huge amounts of sediment to its side and front. When the glacier retreats, the deposits of sediment remain as visible evidence that ice once moved through. The sediment left directly on the ground surface by a retreating glacier is called till. A deposit of till left behind by a retreating glacier is called a moraine. The ridges of till deposited at the sides of a glacier are called lateral moraines. The till that marks the farthest advance of a glacier forms a deposit called the end moraine. Moraine formed by continental glaciers, such as those in North America during the Ice Age, can be huge, many kilometers long. The blanket of till that a glacier deposits along its bottom is called ground moraine. Rock deposits from glaciers can often be identified as till because the till rocks are different in type or age from the rock that was present before the glaciers formed. Notice this picture, and it's pointing out the lateral moraines. Lakes. Beside ridges, hills, and blankets of till, melting glaciers also leave behind depressions of various sizes that can become lakes. Landscapes shaped by glaciers are often dotted with small kettle lakes as well as larger lakes. A kettle lake is a bowl-shaped depression that was formed by a block of ice from a glacier, then became filled with water. Check out this diagram. 1. As a glacier moves away, it leaves huge blocks of ice. 2. Over time, sediment builds up around the ice. 3. The ice melts, leaving behind bowls that become kettle lakes. These lakes are in Wisconsin. The last ice sheet in North America formed many kettle lakes in some regions. Kettle lakes are common in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota.